Hi everyone, I'm Alex. Welcome to another one of Metamorphosist Media's character design videos. Today we are actually working on one of my old Shadowrun characters. I haven't played Shadowrun in a few years. For those who aren't familiar, it's a sort of cyberpunk dystopian future setting. There are other races, elves and orcs and dwarves, that sort of thing. My character that I'm building today, street name was Jumper. She is a human, a Korean American actually, and there were a lot of possibilities for cyber enhancements that would be obvious. Metal arms, sort of like the Winter Soldier from the MCU, laser eyes, you name it. Shadowrun, you can build a pretty out there character. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but in this situation, Jumper was fairly human presenting. Her ability, her role was as a hacker. She would hack personal area networks. Basically, she would get inside your Bluetooth bubble on your phone and hack you from there. She had an internal installed cyber deck for hacking. Her phone was internal, that sort of thing. She didn't have any obvious cyberware, however. So it was, she needed to be able to get relatively close to someone. I believe her range was like 3 meters or something. She had to get like 10 feet away. So she wasn't particularly scary. So working on that, trying to get her set up here. And realizing as I'm doing this that other characters in the group were more obviously enhanced, that sort of thing. But this is an interesting way to show and use some of the modern and science fiction clothing options, because I've been mostly doing fantasy things. Her combat skills, she had pistols. She used a Ares Predator, which is a giant auto pistol. Pretty standard stuff, basically like a 45 or whatever. And she was trained in, she was very good at parkour and was a tagger. So she would do street graffiti, street art, that sort of thing, and infiltrate spaces and networks that way. So that's what I'm going to depict here. This is technically a modern cropped t-shirt, and instead of science fiction, and I believe those are football pants. So, but they had the look I was looking for. Her street name was Jumper. Her actual name, which I don't think ever came up and no one knew it, was Kim Dori, which is second, and Kim's the most common Korean last name. But she's the second daughter of some folks that live in Koreatown. And using that, I decided that blue and yellow, because Duri is spelled D-U-R-I. It's actually, I think it's pronounced Turi, but it's second. It's two in Korean. I went with a Dory theme, so she's blue and yellow are her primary colors, and that was something I decided when I played this character. I last played Shadowrun. I last played this character probably 5 years ago, but this was the first Hero Forge miniature I ever built. Looked differently. It was a different pose. They didn't have all of the options, I don't think, but I did build this character 5 years ago and order it. I have the miniature kicking around here somewhere. So, giant pistol, spray paint cans, a bunch of shell casings on the floor, mask and gas mask and goggles. This is Jumper. Fairly athletic fit and pose. I'm working with the options. I want to make it look like she's spraying, but there's no way to move her finger or her thumb or anything to a trigger situation. She's just sort of presenting the spray paint can. But I think that's the best I'm going to be able to do. So she would be on our team, she was we need someone to climb up on the roof and do overwatch. We need somebody to figure out who is our target, that sort of thing. So she was more of a scout. I mean, she definitely went in with the main infiltrations, but she was more of a scout and did a lot of the prep. As I said, sort of going with a blue and yellow theme. I like the pads on the football pants. There we go. I haven't played Shadowrun in a little while. I ran that game, and I would get back into it. My group has run Fate Core and D&D. Since then, I'm prepping Pathfinder 2nd edition, so Shadowrun is further down the list. Probably won't happen for a while, but it's a good system. I enjoy it. I first played Shadowrun 2nd edition in high school. Jeez. About 30 years ago at this point. So it's been a little bit, but it's a fun game. With the spray paint, I'll be able to do with some decal work. I think that should come out pretty well. Trying to get the goggles to look right. There's no way to make transparent, like you can't see her eyeballs through the goggles. That's not an option. Even if it was sort of like almost a decal on there. Piercings are colored. This is looking pretty. Gotta do the gun and the paint can. There we go. The shell casings on the floor are a relatively new addition, and especially with modern and sci-fi, but I'd say more even with modern, it's a really good addition. It's something that's been needed, and looks pretty good. Trying to figure out a little bit of paint splatter, that sort of thing. There we go. I want something more hands, but she's wearing gloves, and most of their extremity stuff, those are all wound decals. There we go. One thing I do enjoy is the subtle, not the tiger stripes on the side of your head are particularly subtle, but through the use of color, making them not so obvious. Their default is bright red for everything, so you can see what you're working with. There we go. As I said, she does. The going blonde, going lighter skin tone with some of the decal skin work is reminiscent of scarification, that sort of thing. And as I said, she did have, I think her phone is in her forearm. She's got a cranial implant for her cyber deck. She has a data jack, which there's no way to indicate on here, but that's a little plug-in thing behind the ear. There we go. And that is looking pretty good. Maybe some adjustments on the paint can label. Get rid of the orange because it's a blue can. That sort of thing. But this is Jumper. Looks like post gunfight. Still got the gun out. Casings on the ground. Tagging something. I really like the spray on the shirt, but specifically on the filter for the mask. As if she's already sprayed yellow, and now she's working on blue. That drip is on the shirt is really nice too, actually. It's better than just a spray center mask kind of thing. All right, thanks for watching that. And if you like this type of content, make sure you like the video and comment. Let me know. Maybe there's something particular you'd like to see me build, that sort of thing. I am back tomorrow with America Monday GeoGuessr. You don't want to miss that. I do have a subscriber goal I'm trying to hit by the end of the year. I don't think I'm going to make it, but if you can, please subscribe to the video. If you haven't already, about half of my viewers aren't subscribed. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.